Hello everyone, my name is Michael and I'm speaking to you from the verse. Now if you're not sure what the verse is, I invite you to go to my website at rewritingtheverse.com, and that's where you can find out all about the verse. There are many updates on there, including all the YouTube channel videos, so I invite you to go and peruse. I am a past life regressionist and a rewriter, which means when I look at a past life regression, I have the opportunity to actually go back and rewrite the outcome to a higher level. And this video is specifically connected to the upcoming 10/10/2020 portal. It is an ascension portal, and I also have been called to use divine feminine, divine masculine, and or twin flame timelines to help lift us up through these portals. So this is a short highlight video. I have already recorded the full-length video, which does include the rewrite, and I will attach the link below. So I encourage you to go see that so you can see the entire process and find out how we got to the end results that I will share with you today. And before I forget, if you can think of it now, please like, share, and subscribe so that others can find this as well. So I'm going to basically give you the real brief upfront highlights that we're looking at a timeline that's 800 years old, and it happened over in what is now Bulgaria. And again, I'm not going to go into the details. You'll need to watch the full-length video for that. But our twin flames in divine masculine and divine feminine are a father and daughter in this one, and they have to work in tandem to basically work to save their village from invaders. That's kind of the main thing that happens. And in the storyline, there are barbarians, as they called them, that were definitely, in the first version of it, definitely came in and destroyed their lives in various ways. So, but in the rewrite, there was the opportunity to change that outcome, and it was interesting. Yes, the villagers that the father and daughter were part of had to prepare themselves better, had to get a heads up that even there was an invasion coming, but once they did, they were a part of the solution. And they had to deal with the invaders head on. And what changed in the end, well, when I do rewrites, I don't necessarily know what's going to happen in them as well, so I get surprised right along with everybody else. How things ended in the end, or when they confronted the invaders, well, not just changed the outcome for that village, but ended up looking like it's impacting right now as well with our global leaders. Again, I'm not going to go into the details of everything, but what it came down to were the leaders were having to face each other, and what got the respect of the barbarians, the ones that definitely were coming in to kill, rape, pillage, destroy, what got their chief's attention and ultimate respect was that the villagers' leaders were going to allow them to take their dead and wounded and leave peacefully. So now, granted, that's not unheard of, but at that time and with that particular chief, it was unheard of that they would give them time to actually take their people with them and give them a proper burial. And that ultimately changed something, changed the thinking in the barbarian's mind. Now that doesn't mean that they didn't later go out and continue to rape and pillage. However, it did have him respect the village people enough to never come back. Because he could have easily gone back, got his people together again, had a different strategy, and come back and wipe them out anyway. So they would have always lived in fear. See, this is why You want to watch both videos because I'm getting something now that I didn't get then. The fear factor. That even though the village, would have survived to another day in the rewrite, because in the first one, they did not survive at all. At least they were fully attacked in the first version. But in the rewrite, yeah, they could have stopped them from attacking. They were able to outthink and outwit the barbarians in that moment. But if it hadn't been the additional suggestion by somebody in the villagers group for them to be able to take their people, that's the thing that changed everything. That's the thing that it was the rituals for their death were very important to them. I got that it was similar to like the Vikings and them having their pyres that they light on fire and light the bodies on fire, whatever. Very ritualistic. And very important to the barbarians that they be able to do that for their dead. So when they were given the opportunity to do that, they gained respect. And the other piece was, after the fact, the barbarian thought even deeper about his own behaviors because he had used one of their spiritual rituals, which was a 3-day long feasting or feast type of celebration for their own spiritual beliefs, that he had realized that, oops, if anything made him a barbarian, it was because he was using that to catch them off guard, to easy pickings. And he knew that. He knew it would be easy to do that. And he was using, again, the spiritual ritual stuff is what he valued in his own people, but he didn't value it over there. So there was a lot of internal shifting over here for the barbarians, or at least that chief. And so with that being a part of the rewrite, we've now had 800 years of leaders from that end of things having these ideas and their thoughts. Now over here, yes, we've had 800 years of whatever. Obviously there was an uplift because they were outnumbered. Absolutely. They would have been murdered had they just not been able to outwit them. It would have ended very badly for them, similar to the first version. But because they were able to stand their ground, they were able to be effective leaders. And they did come together. That was a part of their strategy, was bringing a bunch of villages into one unit to be able to face them. So that was a part of it. But just really having, I guess, a certain level of respect even for the barbarians. And now 800 years of that. So both sides have 800 years of different levels of respect for each other, different levels of probably interacting with each other. And what I saw at the end was this may very well impact our current leaders on this planet. And that there is a battle going on behind the scenes. Not that deep behind the scenes though, so if you really look for it, you will find it. There is a battle for humanity going on. And it's really coming to a head. I mean, right now, this month, especially in the next couple months here in the US with the elections, this is ground zero. This is ground zero for the war that's happening right now over the souls of humanity. So I'm going to declare that what I just completed with that past life regression rewrite is going to give a whole nother level of ability for people to make smart choices and to gain some respect for each other. And maybe with the respect comes civility. Because right now, it's not too civil. But anything that can get people to walk away and not come back another day to destroy people, well then that's a win. So civility might actually show up with our governments with our leaders and the people behind them that pull the strings. So very powerful, and I think we'll have lots of opportunity in the next month or two, especially to see if we can see any changes on either side, not just the obvious good guys, if they really are good guys. That's always questionable, but in the side that would be considered the dark side could actually turn the tide in a good way. You never know. This is going to be interesting, all I can say. And this is probably, I've been getting in the last few days especially, this is probably the critical moment, the critical battle. Oh, I want to say the Gettysburg. You know, one of those kind of battles that is really going to make the final difference. Now, obviously, Gettysburg, I'm just saying it's a pivotal battle, maybe the pivotal battle. That when we look back in history and we look at this period of time of chaos and all the corruption that's been going on, we'll say, oh yeah, that's when, yeah, Michael called it. Michael called it. This is the battle. So, stand for peace, people. Stand for walking away. I don't care how dark or light you are or you think you are, it doesn't matter. Respect can be had anywhere along that spectrum. Respecting life. I also was told that we're going to have an early Christmas as a result of this, because the Christmas energy was present in the very beginning with the village where the twin flames were, where they lived. And by rewriting this, it's brought another level of gratitude, celebration for life, a whole nother level. And I was basically told I heard the words early Christmas. So I don't know what that looks like or what that feels like, but I'm all for it. I am all for it. Bring on the Christmas spirit. And again, I didn't say this in this video. When I say Christmas, I'm not talking about the religious whatever version of Christmas. I'm talking about the Christmas spirit. That feeling of love, you know, when it gets to be that time of year, and gratitude and giving and all of that energy. That's what I'm referring to. I'd love to feel that right now. So look for that to come in early this year too. All right, everybody. If you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace and joy.